We had a conversation since we're talking about music and we're talking about this. In your car, when you were driving to go fight, what were you listening to? We had all kinds.
We got all kinds of.
Was it more like M.O.P. Annie Up?
Was it like Nuck If You Buck?
Was it Whoop That Trick?
Or the bitches ain't but hoes and tricks?
It was Tupac. Well, actually, the crazy part was, so I was playing in Memphis at the time, so I went back to my condo in L.A. because I had training camp in Santa Barbara. So Kanye rapped that I went 90 miles thinking I came from Santa Barbara, but I was already in L.A. I just came from Santa Barbara earlier in that day, but both my cars were in Memphis. So when my son calls me like, yo, Dad, your friend Derek is over here. And then I call my other son. He says, Mommy's friend Derek is over here. I'm like, this nigga's tripping. So I call my homeboy and like I knew he had the Bentley downstairs, but I couldn't find the keys. I rummaged for the keys. It took me 30 minutes to find the keys. And I go down there and the Bentley's on a flat. And this is before I had Uber or anything. So I'm making this car work. So I drove a Bentley like 3 blocks to the gas station, pumped the tire up with Tupac blasting the whole time.
What's up? It's Angela Yee, and welcome to ESPN. No, I'm kidding.
Like,
what?
Wait, is this our first athlete?
This might be our first. We had boxers on. We had two. We had Shannon Briggs on, and we had Andre Berto, but we've never had an NBA player.
this is exciting.
But this is L'Oreal, this is Gigi, and we have Matt Barnes here with us.
What up, what up?
His one rule was he has to be allowed to smoke in order to do this interview, so we said okay.
Cool, where's the weed at?
Oh, I thought you said you wanted. Oh.
No, I smelled it on the way up here. I said, y'all must have been smoking in here.
Yeah, It happens.
Yeah, it's good to go.
He's actually really funny because we've been here talking, and
She sounds shocked.
He's been saying, he's been throwing little jabs and shit like I ain't catch him. I caught you. Just
I think
know
the key is to just keep the same tone. You just say it and just let it go and keep talking after this. Sometimes people be catching it, they don't. So.
And sometimes you don't catch it at all.
Right.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's go over some
Hopefully
hot
not.
topics right now with you of things that are happening, on the blogs. Okay, Mac Miller and Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Right, they broke up, and Mac Miller got into a pretty bad car accident, and he ran off, by foot to his house, and they caught him because they ran the plates, whatever.
Was he in a car with Offset? Because what the fuck is going on?
No, it was with 2 of his friends, but Ariana Grande already has moved on and is dating somebody else.
Whoa.
So, obviously, you've had some bad breakups yourself. So, what are some good tips you can give for getting over a breakup?
Smoke a lot of weed.
Damn.
Leave that alcohol alone. Relationships are crazy, man. And I saw that Mac Miller article this morning. Then I saw she was dating old boy from Saturday Night Live or something. Yeah. So breakups are tough, man. And it's tough when you're a celebrity because you have no privacy. Mm-hmm. And they're going to dig even more, knowing that both sides, they're really both celebrities. So, I hope he just finds peace. And like I said, man, stay off that alcohol, smoke some weed.
And don't drive.
Definitely don't drive. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
there you
facts.
go.
But you're right. It is a lot harder when it's public because then he got to see on the blog she's got a new man and everybody knows that they broke up. And so he probably like, I'm going to just go have some drinks with my boys.
Right.
It's a tough week for him.
And it's crazy because, when the shit like that happens, everyone wants to tag you in it. Like, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, so they want to make sure So, they could maybe have nothing to do with each other. But, it's unfortunate. I'm glad he's okay, though.
Now, we've seen R. Kelly allegedly gave someone herpes.
This guy. When does it end?
So, what do you think the punishment should be if you know you have herpes and you give it to someone? What do you think should be like? What should happen to you?
That's a tough.
And if they're a child that he's giving it to as well,
She was 19. Sexual assault. Like if you know that you're passing on the HIV virus or AIDS, then that's like attempted murder.
Right. What's chlamydia then? Just like a assault?
Free pass.
Probation.
No, but seriously, like, do you think somebody should go to jail for giving you herpes or fine? Like, what can you do?
That's a tough situation to be in. You know what I mean? And he's got a whole little, what it seems like a little cult going on over there. Right? So, like I said, I just read up on that earlier today too. So it's just
like a herpes cult.
So they all got herpes, right?
It's crazy over there, man. You don't know what's true, what's not true. But for some reason, he keeps sliding around and around it. So
yeah, for a little while now, he just even put out. You saw that video they put up where he's like, "Look, my music has already injected everybody."
Infected.
He said it's been injected. Same thing.
Listen.
He's like, it's too late. Y'all should have did this decades ago.
I posted on my Snapchat, which nobody watches anyway, so I'll put anything on Snapchat. My Snapchat views be like 300, 400. Like nobody watches that.
I feel like people got off Snapchat.
I love Snapchat.
It used to be like 1,200, but then once Insta started with the stories, then nobody watches my Snapchat
anymore.
I don't know what
Mine don't. When Snapchat said that shit about Rihanna, that was it.
But I snapped. I was listening. I was at the house the other day, and we have the Sonos. You know, you got it.
Yeah.
Right. So you know, if it's not your phone controlling the music, then you can't control what's playing. And R. Kelly came on, and I was just like,
whose house were you at that they was listening to R. Kelly?
I was in Stony Point.
Oh man, this guy still listens to R. Kelly.
I still like his music though, to be honest, because I'm a '90s like R&B head, so I still like his music. I really fuck with his music, so it's just unfortunate to see all this other stuff transpiring. But
I listen to his
You still, but you don't look at it differently. I'm not gonna lie.
Not really to be
I don't play no R. Kelly music anymore. Like
I haven't played it in a while.
Epic.
I don't. I really
It was
don't.
hard for me not to like sing along, and like I had snapped about it. Like, how can I mute R. Kelly? Like listen to this.
He's
Your body
really
is
affected
calling
these poor
me.
girls'
Like,
lives. But let me ask you this:
All I keep
do you
hearing
think
is
of the music
infected.
differently now that you have heard all these stories? Is it like
I mean, I think it's kind of how people are looking at Kanye right now. Are you still fucking with his music or not? And I'm still like, actually, once all this shit hit, and not even to jump to Kanye, but I started listening to the College Dropout, and I was just thinking like, how is this turned into this? You know what I mean? So I try to separate the
Kardashians.
artist from the music. You know what I mean? The person from the music. You know what I mean?
But when it's
And-
something that might be a crime,
yeah,
That's a
it
little
makes
different.
it tough. It
But
does.
I
I
don't like
agree,
to-
but back to the
yeah.
R. Kelly, to the Kanye West thing, I agree with what Snoop Dogg said on the Breakfast Club, even though it was like a lot of jokes, but it was some underlying truth into that. Like, he needs a strong black woman. He needs that influence. He's
He had
missing
his
that
mom, and
influence.
she's not there now.
Like, they say that Kim can cook, but he needs some real good soul
You
food
said
Sunday.
they say that
Kim
Kim can
cook.
cook.
That
They
don't
do
mean
say.
nothing.
Like he need. No, I'm just saying. Like he need that influence, that real good, like black strong woman pride.
Well, you know, it
He need
seemed
that
like, you know, he
in-
lost
in
his mom,
life.
and then, you know, him and Jay are kind of up in the air. So
Yeah.
I think the two people he leaned on the most, you
That's
know,
a
are not
fact.
really there
That's
right
a
now.
fact.
So it's kind of like,
His
okay,
support
what do
system.
you
Dash is crazy.
what are you leaning on now?
His foundation
So,
is weak.
But he has 3 beautiful kids.
He does.
amazing.
That's something to make sure you get right.
Well, that's why I did a whole little post on it. I don't really ever talk about some stuff like that, but my whole thing is from the father standpoint, you know, of having 3 beautiful kids and an amazing family. And, you know, what you do always going to reflect on your family. So Kim is going to take the heat. The kids are going to eventually end up taking the heat, and you don't think about that in the present moment. So it's unfortunate from that standpoint. But, you know, I want to see him to get it together just so he's around for his kids.
Well, hopefully this hiatus that he's on right now with all of this music that he's working on and all of these albums that he's about to bring out is going to shed some new light and get his mind back to where we know it could be, because we do love Kanye. And we
Genius.
I mean, his
Bring
music
back
is
Kanye.
Man.
That's your
Music is
favorite
amazing.
artist.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
man,
artist.
hell
His
yeah.
music is amazing. No matter how crazy he's ever been at any point, his music has always
Poopity
proven. See, but that to me, that
You know
was
he's
him
really
just
trying to put
being-
that out as a single like that.
And look how many people tweeted it and quoted it and
Probably went platinum,
like
right?
it's crazy.
Yeah, but now after the novelty of it,
But let's be honest, back
It's
in
a
the
good
day,
beat,
there
but-
used to be songs that came out that were just beats or like past the
are you
P's,
trying to say?
I'm
Poopity
just saying
Scoop
it is.
comparable?
It is.
You're trying
Pick
to
up the
justify that
pieces.
bullshit.
Like
I can't.
It just
co-sign
used to be
it.
music. Pick up the pieces.
That's better than
The whole
Poopity Scoop.
But you get what I'm saying? Like
No,
at the
I
time,
don't.
What happened to the days in R&B where it would be a whole ballad before the person starts singing? Like it would be a whole intro of
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
like a good Shaka Khan song.
I'm gonna
where
tell
it'd
you
be
what
like-
happened.
rappers started taking the fucking beat, looping that shit, and ruining it. So now you got to do the clip.
You know
where
what I
can't
like when
even
people
loop it.
talk when they used to talk in the beginning of the song. and
Extra
it's like-
sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Jodeci, don't talk, just listen. Do, 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 do.
That's
First
the
of
shit
all,
for real.
I have to be honest with you.
real.
I lied.
Yeah, that used to be cool. Now it's
Why don't
corny
they
if
do
you
that
do that.
anymore?
Or even I was listening to the Motown station the other day, and they was playing. I think it was Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes or something. I Miss You, and he talked for like 15 minutes.
Straight
What's the
up.
song where he started off and be like, hey, girl.
Remember Orange Juice Jones walking in the rain?
Yeah, he was
Which one?
like,
Orange Juice Jones walking in the
I think it's just a different time
I
though.
thought you said Jim Jones.
Orange Juice Jones.
I'm about to say he got a song like that.
but you said it's a different
I think
time.
it's a different time now. I think back, you know, when we were a little bit younger, it was all about courting them and being in love and the family thing. And now it's about popping pills and fucking on the first night. It's just a whole different climate. So the music is
saucy.
different now. You know what I mean? Like no one is really singing to court no one no more. You're singing to try to fuck on the first night. That's what all these songs are about or rapping about. So it's just a different time in music, and that's why I love in the 90s from rap to R&B, because the rap was definitely saying something, and then R&B they were singing, like really singing to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Confessing
Today,
they love
yeah,
through song and music.
today is just a little different, man. So
What about for you now, relationships, being that you've gone through everything, does it make you a little wary about dating?
it does from a standpoint of just you just never know now. You know, me and my ex knew each other for a long time, and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you run out of love, and I think from the standpoint of me just leaving says a lot, because 99% of the time it's the woman leaving the man. And I just wasn't happy, you know what I mean? So I just felt, after I got over the fact of feeling like I left my kids behind, I was just like, now I'm happy. And it took a long time for me to get happy, but you just kind of approach everything now with caution, because, I lost a lot of money in that and a lot of bullshit being said about it. So it's tough because, private matters are always, handled in a public light in my life.
Yeah, and then you feel like you have to address it publicly, because I saw the most recent thing. She said she don't want no wedding gift from you at all,
Like,
and you're not
I
wedding.
want to fucking come to your wedding. Like, I think you forgot that I left you. Like, I'm not tripping off the wedding. Like, my whole thing, and the reason why I squashed it with Derek was because my kids really like him. You know what I mean? And to me, it's all about my kids being happy. So, if you want to be my ex, good luck, bro. I already know what that's like. But from a standpoint of wanting to come to a wedding, or come on, man, what are you talking about right now?
That must have been hard too for the kids, because they probably know like what's going on and they see everything, but then they do like them. But
I'm very upfront with the boys. You know what I mean, from the beginning. And I told them why I fought him, and I really broke it down to him. Him and Daddy were friends. Mommy and Daddy were married. You don't do that. I said, you don't do that to your brother. You wouldn't do that to your cousin. You wouldn't do that to your friend. Without dogging either of them, but just explain like the situation wasn't right, but sometimes things happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I feel like that be happening all the time with brothers, like in movies. Y'all seen the 5 Heartbeats?
Oh yeah,
That was fucked up.
Yeah, didn't that also happen with the Jacksons in real life?
Oh no,
The
that's
family?
real life. They had kids by the same woman.
See, those are the things that really for real happen when you're close to somebody, and people always end up getting with
around them,
Yeah.
or around you.
It happened in Soul Food.
fake movies.
Nah,
All right, now
a lot.
we had a conversation, since we're talking about music and we're talking about this. In your car, when you were driving to go fight, what were you listening to? We had all kinds.
We got all kind of
What y'all
Was
ideas.
it more like M.O.P. Annie Up?
Was it like Knuck If You Buck?
Was it whoop that trick?
Or
Or
was
the
it
bitches ain't
quiet?
shit but hoes and tricks?
It was Tupac. Well, actually, the crazy part was, so I was playing in Memphis at the time, so I went back to my condo in LA because I had training camp in Santa Barbara. So Kanye rapped that I went 90 miles thinking I came from Santa Barbara, but I was already in LA. I just came from Santa Barbara earlier in that day, but both my cars were in Memphis. So when my son calls me like, yo, Dad, your friend Derek is over here, and then I call my other son, he says, Mommy's friend Derek is over here. I'm like, this nigga's tripping. So I call my homeboy, and like I knew he had the Bentley downstairs, but I couldn't find the keys. I rummaged for the keys. It took me 30 minutes to find the keys, and I go down there, and the Bentley's on a flat. And this is before I had Uber or anything, so I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I'm making this car work. So I drove a Bentley like 3 blocks to the gas station, pumped the tire up with Tupac blasting the whole time, and then drove over there. So he really didn't stand a chance. He didn't really stand a chance.
You claim to be a player.
I know one song, one Tupac song they play.
Tough.
Hail
I ain't
Mary.
mad at you. That ain't play. That wasn't on the list. I ain't mad at you. Was not. He skipped right over that.
So yeah, I mean, I was determined to get some air in that tire. So
And you did.
and I did.
That's good. We were wondering, like, what do you listen to when you about to go do this?
I mean, you can listen to top Tupac for anything. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
a
If you're
fact.
trying to go
That
see
is
your
true. I know
girl,
one
you
song
trying to
you
go
had to
fight
skip.
somebody, you trying what?
Never mind, I
You
can't
can be funny. Go ahead. I want to laugh.
First off, fuck your bitch.
Yeah. If that's where he was going, yeah. Nah, you can say it.
No.
No, I mean, if that's how he felt, he didn't act like it. So, you know what I mean?
He had that same
right,
energy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to keep that.
right. So,
That's funny.
Now, have you ever stayed in a relationship that you didn't really want to be in, but just stayed? Because I think a lot of people do that.
I think this is no disrespect to my ex. I just think I ran out of love at the end, and I stayed longer than I should have because of the kids. Like, my kids in my life, I had a fucked up childhood. You know what I mean? Parents were on drugs, tripping, abuse, and everything. So I promised myself if I was ever fortunate enough to have kids, I was going to be the best dad ever. And I felt like that's why it's so hard for me to leave her, because I felt like I was giving up on my kids. But at the end of the day, I was just like, yo, my kids were feeling my energy, and one of my sons was 3 or 4 years old, like, Daddy, what's wrong? I was watching TV. I guess I had a fucked up look on my face. Like, they feel your energy. And once they started realizing my energy was off, I was just like, man, I really am not happy, but I don't want to leave my kids hanging. So that was the hardest part of me, getting over the adjustment of feeling like I really left my kids, but I didn't. I just found a happy place.
Are you dating now?
I am dating. I definitely date back out there. I mean, it's been almost 4 years. I mean, people still talk about it. Hell yeah.
It's a party.
It's a party. It's a
A girl just walked in.
Thank you, weed gods.
This is better than a girl walking in. People talk about it like the shit just happened, but it's been, it's going on 4 years in June. So I'm definitely moved on. I mean, I'm not looking to get married anytime soon. I would get married. I wouldn't let that one situation ruin my situation, my future. But I'm just not there yet. But I look forward to it one day.
Are y'all doing joint bank accounts for the next wife?
I didn't even have it. That's a lie. We didn't have joint bank accounts for this wife. So don't be fooled by everything you read. Like, our shit was separate. So what happened was, can't talk about it. But yeah, we didn't have joint bank accounts.
We saw all the documents already. So she's saying that it was a forged signature.
Right. I just wondered, just period, like, because now that you're in a situation like that, like, what if you got into a relationship with a woman that had her own stuff going on? And she's like, I think we should do everything together. Like, going through what you've been through. Let's
just keep it separate.
Yeah.
What if it's Oprah?
Even to me, I mean, even to me going in a situation where I'm above my pay grade, like I still, like as a man, I wouldn't want, if it didn't work out, I wouldn't want nobody's extra, I wouldn't want no woman's money. Definitely if I didn't earn it. So to me, I want to let's keep it real. That's it.
So no joint bank account. Sheesh. Okay, what about to pay bills? Like you can. I'm
gonna pay all that. I'm gonna take care of everything. I mean,
works out then.
And then I'm always, if I have a girl, I'm gonna make sure she's straight, whatever she needs. But like, there's no need to cross bank accounts.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. Let's say you took your girl, you went shopping, right, to buy yourself some things, spent a lot of money. Do you feel like if I'm buying things, I gotta buy her things also?
Probably not as many things, but because girls are always buying shit. So I mean, if I'm gonna go out and get myself something, if I see something I think fit you, I'm gonna get it for you too.
But if she's with you, you got to. Just be like, come shopping with me. Now, what if she got a couple of her friends with her?
No.
Okay.
Bitch, figure it out.
I was just trying to stretch it out.
No, I'm not.
Not even a t-shirt?
Yeah, I'm
A souvenir.
I heard rappers do that. I don't do that.
The bitch can't get a pair of socks.
What about if you all go out to eat? You'll pay for everybody?
Yeah. I mean, food is nothing. I'm not gonna buy like her friends gifts unless I'm like I'm cool with them and my girl's cool and understand like, hey, it's your birthday, let me get you something type thing. But I'm not just gonna go out and.
What if you was dating somebody and one of her friends tried to holler at you? Would you tell her?
Yeah, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think there's just too many people out there. You know what I mean? And I've been in situations like that before where I had to pull the chick to the side. Like what are you trying to do? Like, this is not. So I think just the real, like, if you play games back and forth, you're giving them an idea that there's a chance. You know what I mean? So to me, there's too many women out here. I don't care how bad your homegirl's girl is to want to, mess with her.
So what if the girl tried to get with you before you met your current girl?
And what if she had really good weed?
Would you tell her?
So if she tried to get at me before, I mean, probably my girl at the time would know about it. You know what I mean?
Well, if she didn't know, would you tell her?
I mean, it's just, I gotta be in this.
Yeah, you know, Keisha.
And not even like you're trying to.
Like that, you don't want to come off a certain. I mean, like I said, the past doesn't matter. If I'm with you and she tries to get at me while we're together, it's a problem. If before you were together, it's not a problem. Right. That's what everybody always. They not that cool, but nah, it's just all right.
Yeah, they're not cool like that. They just play on the same team.
Like,
am I hogging this? Anybody else want to rock down? Yeah. We are.
So yeah, because L'Oreal was over there making faces at us.
Because we have discussions before we sit down, and I was saying that I think if somebody tried to talk to me and I'm dating somebody as their friend, I would tell them. Yeah. Like, even if it's not some funny shit, like, your homeboy tried to holler at me back in the day.
Well, just because you want to kind of, I mean, you don't want your circle like that anyway. You know what I mean? You don't want them kind of people that are scheming on your girl or scheming on your man around you. Before it's different.
Yeah.
Before it's a different story.
Even just to be honest, like, it's nothing, so what am I hiding it for? Now, what if he tells him, now you sitting there looking stupid, like, why you didn't tell me?
But like you said, it's nothing. It's not like you hide it.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
I feel like it's nothing.
It won't be a problem, but that's why since it's nothing, you can say it. You know what I mean?
Stay ahead of the problem. I feel you on that.
Now let's talk about revenge porn for a second, because I know we all saw this whole Tierra Marie situation.
That shit makes me sick. That bothers. To me, man, I've never done no video just because you just never can you really trust people. So when all these girls get hurt in their feelings about them getting caught giving head or having sex, like you knew this was a possibility when you filmed it. So don't come out and cry wolf now and cry this and cry that when you knew you're down here giving him head and he's filming your face. Like, you know, there's a chance.
I don't want to see you actually mimic that.
But I'm saying there's a chance. There's a chance probably off top he's gonna show his homeboys. You know what I mean? And then and same with the homegirls. If it's another way around, if the guy's giving the girl some head, she probably something. So you're already putting yourself in that situation.
You hear this, Gigi and L'Oreal?
Don't tell me I don't do that film and shit.
But like it bothers me. When they want to come out and claim this and claim that. When you put yourself in that situation to begin with.
But she thought that was her man, thought she was in love. You can't blame her for him.
I don't blame her for him releasing it. I blame her for putting herself in that situation. You knew it was a possibility from the jump.
Right. It's a lesson learned. So you've never filmed yourself?
No.
Damn.
I feel like
I got an amazing. No, I put that on my kids. I got an amazing memory. You know what I mean? But like it's in my situation, it's just. I'm already the bad guy off top, so the last thing they need to see is my dick hanging out or me fucking with somebody. You know what I mean? So, and you got to think about I got kids too. You know what I mean? 9-year-old boys who are with it and understand life. So it's just not put myself in that situation.
He gonna be the bad guy with the dick.
Yeah, like what's? Oh,
yeah, it can't be both.
Right. They have the moms at the school rubbing up on me when they see me extra long on the hugs and shit.
I'm sure they do that now
Already.
So you never sent a dick pic or anything? I know you did that.
I have to confess, I've sent one dick pic my whole entire life.
Did she ask for it?
One, yeah. One.
Tell us how you set it up. Because I'm curious.
I was really out of my character, to be honest with you, but I just did.
Were you sitting,
it was the one time I was standing. Mm-hmm.
Were you at home?
I was at home.
Was your feet in the picture?
No, it was like from here. It was in a mirror, so
you
like
knew
from
what you was doing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't hard.
Because we never wanted.
You weren't erect. You sent out a non-erect picture.
You must be really
That's
confident.
weird. Why did it's supposed to be hard when you send out a dick pic?
No, you don't always have to be hard. Because if you're really confident in what you got going on, stuff is fine sometimes.
I just think that's weird.
Semi-awake is all right sometimes.
Because guys don't even want you to see their dick when it's not hard.
Well,
that's why I said he must be really confident in
himself. But I play professional basketball and I've been shot with other men since I was you know what I mean? So to me, having your body out is not a big deal. You know what I mean?
But how did she convince you if you've never done it before?
He didn't say convince. It
was an even exchange.
Okay.
Fair exchange is no robbery. Let this be a lesson to the people listening.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he's got more than enough.
I've got plenty other way. Ooh, I've got plenty the other way, but I sent one dick pic.
So in the future, when you do this again, please make sure you have an erect.
He's not doing it again.
Do you shave?
I do. Not all the way though. I groom. I keep it nice and groomed.
Like
I don't
Caesar.
shave all the way. Yeah, my shit is clean.
And he's light skinned, so you probably can't see the ash. So did you put lotion?
Oh yeah, I'm big on like hygiene and lotioning and all that kind of shit. So I'm lotioned.
Okay, so you didn't send out an ashy limp dick pic.
With the toes in the background.
It was a moisturizer.
You did good.
No, but you gotta think like my shit, because I'm completely tatted from all this. So like my shit is like if ever got out, it'd be like okay, yeah.
That's definitely him. We see the tattoo.
That is.
Yeah.
So.
Are you gonna get any more tattoos?
Man, I just got this Tupac the other day. I got Tupac on my arm or my hand the other day, and I just got this on my leg the other day, like this power to the people.
Yeah, that shit's still shining.
Nice.
So
this is my this is this arm in a fist. Mm-hmm. I'm doing. I mean, and this is people kind of protesting. So I'm all with this movement. I'm doing some social injustice stuff up in Sacramento for Stephon Clark,
that's nice.
who the police killed.
That's right.
Help with the expenses of the funeral and the march, and set up a scholarship program for his kids.
That's dope.
And then I'm also working on the Huey Newton movie. So I'm really like a.
Oh really?
Yeah. So we're talking to studios right now, big studios in Hollywood, about doing it, but. Script's done. We got some of the cast already, and now we're just, we're kind of in a little bit of a bidding war between studios, and we're gonna shoot that in Oakland. Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. Really dope.
I feel like this makes it hard for us to ask nasty questions now.
No, you can ask me whatever. That's just a part of me.
Because I'm thinking about
that's just a part of me. I'm well rounded.
Yeah, that's right. Look, he clearly has sex. He clearly is an activist as well, and a businessman, and entrepreneur, and he smokes weed.
How does it feel to be able to smoke weed now?
Oh fuck! If what's crazy is I just signed. I'm the first. We're about to announce it, but I could tell y'all I'm the first athlete to sign the Raw papers. They've never. I have like an exclusive deal. Yeah, I have an exclusive deal with Raw, so it's just like, And then now companies, so I did this whole 420 piece for Bleacher Report where, you know, we're talking about weed in professional sports. And after they saw that, I executive produced that. After they saw that, they're just like, oh, because everyone kind of didn't know. He trips, he's crazy, he must smoke weed. They didn't really know. So after they knew, they're like, damn, so now I got companies offering me millions of dollars in stock in their company to sit on their boards to smoke weed. So I was like, what I was saying was, it's crazy. So
where do I sign up?
FYI, I like to get paid for smoking weed.
Man, that's crazy, right?
Anybody out there listening?
And that's what I was saying. As I knew if I knew I could make like some real money smoking weed, I would have retired from the NBA a long time ago. Straight up, man. All these motherfucking fines, all the money they took from me, and all that kind of like. If I
Somebody
knew, if I
told me
could
one
just.
time when I said we were interviewing, they said, "Yeah, I remember going to a party way back in the day. Kevin Durant was there, and Matt Barnes was just walking around smoking weed like it was nothing."
Listen, let me tell you, we met in Atlanta at a party smoking weed. I didn't want to mention it because it's just like you probably don't even remember.
When was it?
The Ratlifts.
Oh yeah, that was when I was with my ex.
Yeah,
that was a long time ago.
And
Yeah,
it was. I lived in Atlanta a long time.
Okay.
And we were around a circle
we were
of
high
mutual
as fuck
people.
that night.
Yeah. We was in a little session. We was out there for a while, for a couple hours.
You know what was crazy was I was so high that night and tired that I was laying down, but Young Jeezy came that night and I heard his voice, but I was too tired to get up. And I'm a huge Jeezy fan.
He probably like, man.
And I was mad. I was mad. Yeah, I was mad at myself.
It
was dope. Yeah,
That's crazy. So that's why Jeezy don't like you to this day.
Nah, why Jeezy don't like me? No, I was laying like he couldn't even see me. I was like in another room like this, but I heard Jeezy's voice. I'm like, damn, that's Jeezy. I gotta get up, and my body just wouldn't move.
So wait, you just said fuck it while you was playing and still was smoking weed?
I'll pay the fine.
And just pay the fine.
So how much are these fines, and how often are you getting them?
I got caught twice, so that was 50,000, 25 each time. Like the third time would have been like a 5-game suspension, so that's 1/5 out of 82 games.
That's crazy.
Hundreds of thousands, but it was just like
you enjoy smoking.
Yeah, well, to me, like I started smoking at a young age. Like I said, my pops was a drug dealer, so I used to, steal weed from him, and I started smoking at 14. And even then, it kind of just allowed me to relax, it allowed me to sleep, it allowed me to keep things in perspective because my life was crazy as a youngster. And then growing up, once we, obviously playing professional basketball, and then we took a dive in that reality TV bullshit. So like now my life is a complete open book. So when I got a game, like, so when I'm going through my crazy public divorce with my ex-wife, I'm still playing in a game going through the playoffs. So like I got to be able to focus. Like there's no excuses. You know what I mean? Like when my mom dies, I play the next day. Like there's no excuses. Like we get paid a lot of money. So I mean, just to keep shit in perspective, like to me, it was always smoking. Like I knew some guys drinked, I knew some guys pop pills, some people, did other drugs. But for me, like weed always got me where I needed to be. So straight up, yeah. So I really feel like I'm a functional smoker. Like I wake up every day and smoke. I smoke before I play basketball. I smoke before I take meetings. I smoke before I have to deal with, run around with my kids for the weekend. Like
It don't make you kind of lethargic though, like how you said you couldn't get up when you. But that's
that was like
I was drunk. It was a long day. That was a rough day.
Party. And that was a lot of smoke.
What couldn't he get up?
No, when he was saying that.
I don't know. If you would have came and tried, he might have got up, but my body wasn't going.
Okay.
You wasn't there,
so that was fine. So everything was fine then.
You never couldn't get an erection though, for real, from smoking, because I know that happens.
No, never.
That happens when you do those other drugs.
Yeah, like I said, that's the one. My weed has always been my thing, so I've never had a problem with that.
You never had a bad trip?
Never. But the first time I smoked, it was because I smoked some bullshit, but I was like 14 and I just got a major headache. You know what I mean? And I started like smoking more weed and like I was smoking it was wet still. It had seeds in it. That's what I started with. You know what I mean? And I just started graduating into better shit. And
all right, now are you excited about Fashion Nova for men?
Nigga Nova.
You stupid.
That's a good call. I think it's a genius move.
It is.
Move. What did they make? Fashion Nova made $650 million last year off internet sales, something like that.
Well, it's time, yes.
So it's they got a mean hustle and they've cornered the market. Like I think business, so I love it. I want to see. I saw a dope little jacket and some shorts a dude had, and I don't know if I'm above it. You know what I mean? Like shit, I still shop at Target and like I get my t-shirts from JCPenney. Stafford, shout out Stafford, appreciate you. So I'm not above it. Like if it's dope, I'll probably wear it.
See, people had mad jokes about it. You know what it was?
They got
they got good. Like every girl I talked to, like they really like the quality. Like Fashion Nova is a good brand.
They'd be like, oh, that dress is cute. Fashion Nova.
And they sell everything.
But some women were like, come on, can we have anything for ourselves without y'all trying to come?
But it's not them trying to come. It's just the
Hijack
company being
our stuff.
smart.
It's a business move.
Yeah,
Like it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Like that shit is
Just
gonna
like
that shit is
Zara.
gonna go.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
like
it's gonna be that trendy. It's gonna be
They all
that
have
trend.
men's
Yeah.
lines.
You know what? And ever since like American Apparel has been gone, I feel like a lot of companies
They're
have
not
been
all
trying
the way
to do
going. They just closed down their stores.
Online,
They're still
yeah.
online.
Oh, they
I was
online?
heartbroken. I went back to my
Yeah.
old neighborhood in
I didn't know they
Manhattan
were still
Beach
online either.
and
Yeah,
looked
they're still
for
online, yeah.
specifically to go to the American Apparel.
I used
store.
to
It's
love
gone.
American Apparel.
I like the
Too.
sweatshirts.
Exactly.
The sweatshirts are dope.
That's the
The
best
zip-ups.
quality
T-shirts.
cotton, and it's so good. You can wash it and it don't turn beat.
I feel like ever since they ain't been around like they used to,
No
there's
one's took
all
their
these
place.
kind of
Yeah. No one's-
every like cheaper like the Forever 21s and stuff like that are doing
And
stuff for
that's what
men.
caused them to shut down their stores.
Yeah.
Now, could you be with somebody who doesn't smoke?
Yeah. I would prefer you to smoke, but I've been with girls that don't
Could you
smoke.
be with somebody who doesn't smoke that tries to convince you that you
Oh,
shouldn't
that's
smoke or to quit?
annoying.
I mean, that's
Or that like
I'm
kinda, like,
gonna figure
try to
out
down
I'm gonna
you
figure
about it.
that out the first time we hang out. So like if the smoke, if you're like if this by like let's enjoy the night, hang out, and then I'll talk to you. Probably never.
Probably never.
Damn.
not later, but probably
I mean, I just think it's
Never.
like like I come with 2 kids and I smoke weed. Like
Right.
those are the two
So,
things that aren't.
That's all I need.
Right.
Cool with that, I'm a
then
simple
Yeah.
guy.
I could be. I could.
Have you ever made a girl wait for sex?
Me personally, no. I've waited for sex.
Ooh, how long?
Well, actually, with with Gloria, my kid's mom, she made me wait like 3 months, I want to say, and it kind of pissed me out because I don't think she made. Nah, I don't even want to go there. Made nobody else. Right? No, but no, she made me wait for a minute.
3 months is a long time, especially if
Right.
y'all hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
Yo, everyone is dying in the room. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
But I will say, I thought he was gonna say something like 3 years. I don't know
hell no.
why.
No, 3 months in this
No.
day and age, nobody
months in
waits.
this
But
for
they
day
knew
and
each
age.
other for a lot of years before this. You said.
Well, we met when I was 20 and she was 13 because I knew her older sister and her older sister dated my homeboy, and then we reconnected when she was 20. So
Okay, yeah, this story got a little weird.
No, so he's saying after they reconnected.
yeah, oh yeah.
So are you and
Go.
are you and Laura still cool?
I don't fuck with Laura at all.
Sheesh, that whole family.
I don't fuck with the whole family.
It
at
seems
all.
like they don't fuck with each other. Either.
I know, that's what I was saying, because I
Right.
know Gloria and Laura don't have the best relationship with each other. Because
Yeah, I can't
Laura's
really-
accused Gloria of some things.
Yeah, I don't really want to speak on their family business, but me personally, I don't deal with them.
That's hard, because then, family, holidays, like you just don't go. The kids, you guys are really separate.
Yeah, so we alternate holidays. So 2018 is my year, so I have them first for all the holidays, and she'll get them after. So last year was her year. So yeah, we just see. What we were lucky was, we split when the boys were 4 turning 5. You know what I mean? So they didn't really understand. They kind of it was a small adjustment for them, but they just started understanding that. Okay, you have 2 birthdays now. You have 2 Christmases. You do this, and
Kinda
you have
dope.
daddy's
Kinda
now.
dope.
Right, so and we're
Two of
both
them, they can do
right,
everything.
and we're gonna both go all out because we love our boys to death. So I mean,
Yeah,
like
y'all
to me,
competing.
that's where I just want to get to that level with her. Like, let's just be dope ass co-parents, man. There's no need for this all the time. Like, we're stuck with each other forever. So to me, I always wanted, like, don't let your dislike or your hate for me ever affect our kids.
Right.
Like, we just didn't work. That shit happens. You know what I mean? But like, we got 2 dope ass kids out of it. Let's just be the best parents we can be.
Did the kids at school ever say anything about it to them? Like,
Not that I know, and they're very open. I don't think so. Like I said, it wasn't. Luckily, they went to a new school right when everything kind of broke down. But I'm really like, when I was in town, I would go there and go play recess and play sports with all the kids, eat lunch with everyone, bring McDonald's,
that's dope.
hang out. So I was really always like, I'm there with their classmates and their friends, and I'm on campus like meeting everybody. So whatever stereotype or they may have heard, like I break that off the bat because like my kids are my dogs. So I'm gonna make the best experience for them as I possibly can.
all right, so let's talk about you as a romantic person. If you were going to take L'Oreal on a first date,
Who?
How did
Lori?
that's me. But like, how did I?
no, because you're sitting right there.
We're-
What would be the plan for a first date? What would Matt Barnes
First date.
lay out?
The dispensary. First stop.
That's a very romantic date.
No,
First
I
stop
mean,
is the
so we would
dispensary.
probably figure out if you smoke or not.
She does.
And if you do, I mean, it would just depend. We can, like, I like to go out and do shit. Like, we can go We can go to like Top Golf. We can go to a movie.
That's
we
cute.
could, you know what I mean? We can go to a movie, but then we could chill at the house. We could do all that same
At the house
shit.
on the first date?
But I'm saying, like, I got all that same shit at the house too. I got the simulated golf
got
and the
Top
basketball
Golf and a movie theater.
Well, like, no, I turned my house into like Dave and Buster's real shit. That's the most important thing.
And what?
Like,
And a dispensary.
but for my
Shit is like
kids,
Disneyland.
but like for my kids, I turn my house into like a Dave and Buster's, like, you know, because I don't get them as much. So when they come with me, like, we're just always gonna have fun.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to what was going on. First date, I'll find out what your vibe, and then kind of just play off that. You know what I mean? Like, we can go do something, we can chill, we can talk. But like to me, I think I stopped having sex on the first date, like trying to mess with girls the first night, probably.
So you do make girls wait.
It's not so much make them wait. I'm just not pressed to have sex because I know everyone is pressed to have sex. You know what I mean? To me, like, if it's going to be cool, because I want to be able to talk to you and hang out with you, and I want to have, don't get me wrong, like, I want bomb sex first and foremost, but I want to be able to sit here and chill, and we could watch and we could talk about a game or talk about some movies or politics, or we could sit and smoke together. It doesn't always have to be sex. So from that standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, I take, I'm cool with that.
What if you guys were out to eat and she's like, just so you know, I just want to put it out there, I don't suck dick.
That sounds accurate.
Your Uber's outside there.
If anybody knows me,
Your Uber's pulling up.
podcast,
I mean, you don't have
suck dick ever.
Maybe I'll just see if I could just put the tip in, maybe.
Just lick the tip, bitch.
Yeah.
Compromise.
Just give it a kiss.
Right.
But that's not a deal breaker for you.
And because I mean, if I'm really into her, I could probably change her mind. Maybe she just doesn't know how.
Somebody.
No, it's not about changing. Maybe she just doesn't, you know, well, we can work, you know, we can figure something out.
Now, do you eat pussy before you have sex?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Just depends. Like, if I'm really into you, yeah, I will. But if I'm not, just you in my line of work and my lifestyle, you can't just be out there eating any pussy. That's like
In anybody's line of work.
that's like, you know, that's like sticking your face in a garbage disposal. So
Might get one of R.
Hey,
Kelly's
depends on who
bitches.
it is.
that's what I'm just
Or
saying.
Usher's.
Like,
Wow.
Same girl.
Same girl.
Yeah,
I didn't say it.
I mean, we've probably all had, you know, like the circle is small. You know what I mean? From entertainers
Yes,
to
it's
like
very small.
to like athletes, and then we're all seeing the same
Girl.
women everywhere. I mean, like
Singular,
Pac said,
same
you know,
girl.
every other city we go, you know, with all due respect, it just kind of is what it is. So
Every other city we go. Did that come on the playlist when you was driving?
Right.
yeah, it could've been.
Where I go.
To be honest, I don't even remember what songs were playing. I just know it was Tupac. I was just locked in. Like
I was
this,
like, we couldn't decide if you were listening to music or if it was dead silent.
I called Gilbert too, because you know me and Gilbert. So I called.
Chill, Gil.
No way.
So I called
was probably
Gil.
coaching you the whole time
I
there.
called Gil and told him just be standing by with bail money in case this shit don't
He
go
said,
right.
get the strap.
Get the strap.
Nah, that was
Gil, get the
before.
strap.
That was before Get the Strap was famous. But they said 50 just trademarked that line, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, well,
Now you got to pay him.
Say it enough.
no, technically, Gilbert Arenas had the strap before 50 said, get the strap, because then he get in trouble for some shit like that.
He basically, yeah,
He
basically.
had the strap.
He had the strap.
Basically.
The strap.
Damn, so I know he was hyping it up.
Yeah, he was.
No, it wasn't even like that. The conversation was so quick and so real. He just like, I feel you. I'm ready.
He was like, put
See
it
that?
on Shay.
Like, he
Ain't nobody trying to talk you out of it.
No, there was no talking. There was no talking. That wasn't gonna happen.
You knew it was going to be on the news after, though.
I didn't care. Like to me, like if
Think
you
about
think
it.
that you could be in my house that I pay for with my kids and not tell me, bro, like I don't give a fuck what anything
that
was gonna
was
happen. Like people
a lot.
die for shit like that in real life. I just happened to play in the NBA. You know what I mean? So it was just, and there, like I said, it was a crazy situation. There was a lot of people there. Luckily, I wish they would have filmed it because it was funny as fuck. But like they're lucky it wasn't just her and him, because Gloria knows, like Gloria seen me fight. Gloria knows, like, don't try to grab me or nothing. I've told her, like, when I fought before a round, I was like, don't grab, you might get hit. You know what I mean? Like a fight is a fight. So you're swinging. So she knew not to grab me. So like, very lucky that it was 3 or 4 people grabbed me off him every single time I got him, or it would have been some real trouble.
Every single time I got him.
Everybody
Yeah.
knocked Gloria out by mistake. Fuck around.
Yeah. So
You guys should have just played horse.
it was this, like I said, it was something like it struck a nerve. So it's just like, yeah.
Wow.
Did you say they should have played horse?
Nah, we wasn't playing no games
That
that
wasn't gonna
night.
work. You wasn't playing.
But
no
even with all
games.
that said now, like I'm cool with dude now.
Right.
Like we talked to him, we squashed. I told him why we fought. You know what I mean? Exactly what I just said.
He
Like, bro,
understands.
and he completely told. I
does.
understand,
I
and
get it. I
he
should've
gave me
told
his
you.
reasonings. We shook hands, and now like I communicate better with him for the kids than I do with my ex, which is crazy.
You think that she should have told you or he should have told you?
It doesn't matter. One of them.
We had you know what? On the Breakfast Club, we had an argument about it because I felt like she should have said something just because
Right.
their kids.
If you want to keep it real, he really doesn't owe me nothing because I'm committed to her. But at the same time, like, dog, we went to war together. Like, we were in the same locker room. Like, we were cool. So you owed me something from the standpoint of you're around my kids.
Right.
If it was just her, you sneaky, whatever, she could have told me, you could have told me, I'm not sure
Kids
about
is
that.
involved, it's a
But bro,
whole
you're
different
around my kids, that's just not going to happen.
But that still boils down to her because it's her fault. Because he couldn't just be
Hey.
around your kids without
her.
Yeah, so it's really all boils down to her.
A spade is a spade.
Now, when you
Should've
meet a
knocked her
woman
out
and
by
you're dating
mistake.
her, do you ask her about her past?
Excuse me?
Do you ask her, like when Neo was up here, right? He said when he met his wife, their first date, they had a whole conversation about who she'd been with, who he'd been with, and they put it all out on the table. Do you think any of that, like
None of that is really my business, to be honest with you. As long as it's not like my brother or like my close homeboy, you know what I mean? Like, none of that is my business. Like if you were someone's ex-wife, that's something, that probably we need to discuss and like see what that really is. But like if you were just somebody's girl, that's not my business.
Are you honest now when you're dating? Like if you're seeing other people?
Straight up. You have to be. You have to be. Like I there's no other way. So I don't like gray. You know what I mean? So it's black or white, and some people handle it, some people can't. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I've worked this hard and been through so much shit. Like, this is how I'm going to live my life at this point. So if I happen to fall for someone and they change that, I may adjust. But until then, I'm staying on my path. If you want to jump on, you could jump on.
How can you tell if somebody likes you, not just because you're Matt Barnes, but because they really into you?
Because I'm not out here tricking on these girls. So I'm not like, it's not going to be about my money. Like I got kids and an ex-wife that took a lot of my money. So I'm not out here tricking on these girls. Like like I said, if we can kick it and have a cool conversation, like that's what I look for. You know what I mean? But outside of that, like I'm not going out there buying you bags and purses and taking you places because I don't really know you like that, to be honest.
Have you let anybody meet the kids yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's somebody serious.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's someone I like. There's definitely someone I like. And she got a chance to meet the kids, so that was new to me. You know what I mean? So, but the boys like her, so that's what's up.
Oh, well, okay.
As a parent, that's always
Important. Very important.
And
like
do you
if my
have
kids don't like you or my kids don't want to be around you, then
Right.
I'll start to.
Because kids don't lie.
I only got one, but
Kids don't lie.
kids don't.
If you
lie.
want to if you
Kids
want the
are
truth,
very transparent.
ask it, am I ugly? And a kid is going to tell you the fucking truth. Straight up.
But do
Kids
you
are not
talk
going
to
to
your
lie.
ex-wife about that? Like, do you say, "Listen, I'm gonna
Introduce
No.
somebody.
No, because she missed that
look
boat
at
when
what
she
she
didn't tell me
did.
about
Right.
my teammate. But to me, at the same time, with that even said, because I'm reasonable, like I trust that she's not going to put my kids in danger. You know what I mean? Like my kids love him, so she has to have that same trust with me. I'm not just going to have anybody around my kids. You know what I mean? Like I would never put my kids in harm's way. So.
Are you a loud person during sex?
No.
You don't say
He talk
anything?
quiet as hell. So
That's what I was thinking, right?
No, I be saying, I say shit. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Yeah, I can't give you all my secrets.
What's your go-to line?
everybody got to go to line.
I can't give you my.
You
go-tos.
ask questions or
Questions. I'll give them a little compliment, a little.
Oh.
Yeah, we make it work.
you don't
give you all
scream
my
or nothing?
secrets.
No,
No.
nothing loud?
Scream.
Like if we're staying next door, are we going to hear you?
You're gonna hear her. You're not gonna hear me.
Well, all right.
Well, damn then.
What am?
Not even during the release. No loud grunt. No.
You
no
might hear
outbursts.
you might hear like some heavy breathing now because I'm out of shape since I retired last year.
Maybe I'm like,
You know what I mean? I'm in here like Biggie after. Like, actually, happy birthday to the legend just the other day, right?
Yes.
Yesterday.
First of all, happy birthday to me.
Yeah, happy
Oh
birthday
yeah,
to
Gigi's
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday, G.
And Biggie.
I was
Yeah,
gonna take a
Biggie.
shot.
And then he
We need
died.
more
He
cups.
died on my birthday, so like it was for me. It was Pac and
got
Biggie.
morbid.
Like man,
One
those
of my
are my
best
two
friend's
guys.
birthday is March 9th.
Yeah.
How did we go from talking about if he's noisy during sex?
I
to-
don't
Yeah.
know.
Biggie to Biggie.
You know, you're taught in the NBA to in media training to take a conversation where you want to take it.
Listen, I'm taught every morning that I'm gonna bring it right back.
No, I fuck with you because you do. You ask the hard questions sometimes in school. Because I got my own sit down show on Uninterrupted on LeBron's one-on-one sit down. So my first guest was Marshawn Lynch, and we just talked about some real shit. But you have to ask those questions. People really want it. Like if you're gonna open up, you get a chance to get someone to know. You have to ask the shit everyone wants to ask, and sometimes it's hard to ask. Mm-hmm. But you be talking that shit though. So.
Yeah, no, I be chilling.
So you're not loud during sex.
I'm not.
What about when you come? You don't make any noise?
I make some noise. Like I said, it's a grunt. Probably, you know,
The release.
yeah, like yeah.
Do women like noise?
I don't know.
I mean, something. I wouldn't say like if he's screaming.
You gonna definitely like know I'm there for like from
I'm
a
there.
presence standpoint.
I better
but, like,
know you're
I'm
there.
there,
Talk
right?
to me though.
Right? Yeah, that's how. Yeah. I'm gonna encourage. Yeah,
But if he's just quiet, it's just.
yeah. It's not all. Yeah, I'm just
Sometimes
not making like.
guys have to be quiet because they have to concentrate. Okay.
Not coming?
Yeah.
Or trying to fuck you, right?
Can you make
They-
yourself stop
Trying
from
to
coming?
impress.
You can. It's hard to do. You have to really catch yourself and really like lock down and take a deep breath and kind of pull out and get your breather. Like just be honest. Like I don't want to come right now. Like I've said that before.
You
Like I'll
said
pull
that.
out for a second and like catch my breath
Hey,
and go
chill
back
out, bitch.
there.
I don't want to come right
Nah,
now.
not the bitch part.
No, I'm
but
kidding.
When you change positions, I feel like that's basically.
That's a
trying to-
breather.
Yeah,
That's a breather. That's a
You're trying
breather.
to make it last a little.
But then you
longer.
also have to realize you got to stay away from some positions, like from the back sometimes. Like I remember from the back, it used to make me go. So you got to be careful because a lot of girls want to jump right to it. Like, baby, you got let's get there.
Ease into it. Let's wait till we're about to
Yeah.
finish.
I mean, there's a time and place. You feel me? But
Does it matter to you if she comes before you do?
I want to make her come. I won't come until she comes.
Oh,
If
see, now
that's
that's a
possible.
gentleman.
Yeah,
Some
there we
girls
go.
can't come like that. You know what I mean? Some girls can't come from sex. You know what I mean? And I ran
Not
into.
that we can't do it.
We should take a
A
shot.
shot of Jack.
you-
It's not that we can't do it. It's that guy ain't doing what he's supposed to do to get us.
Okay, well,
make
see,
us
yeah,
do it. Okay, it's a joint venture.
I feel
when it
you.
comes
I
to
can't speak on,
giving
you know.
a woman internal
Yeah,
orgasm.
I feel you.
He said, it's not my
work the
fault.
No, but I'm not someone that's like, let me get mine. I mean, I want to make it an enjoyable time.
So what happens if you come fast and she didn't come?
You got to eat some pussy.
Just give me like 15, 20 minutes. Let me smoke a joint. We'll get back to it.
Well,
You won't eat her pussy?
It just if I'm fucking with her, yeah.
Okay. Well, you are obviously are fucking with her. You just.
Yeah, no, but I mean, there's different levels of fucking too. Like I said, you
Okay.
can't just be eating any pussy though.
But how can you just have sex then? Listen, I feel like if you can't
I
eat a pussy,
agree.
you shouldn't really be having
I
sex.
feel you on that. It just doesn't work that way though.
Oh, okay.
nah,
I feel you.
I don't think you could suck every dick.
Right.
So yeah.
But I wouldn't have sex with somebody whose dick I wouldn't suck.
Well,
You would?
I have.
If we're keeping it real.
Damn.
Like I didn't suck
So you're trying to say every man you've been with, you sucked his
Yeah,
dick?
absolutely.
Nah, not me.
And your lips is a little smeared. I feel you, right?
What you think? What you think? No, I'm playing. I wouldn't have sex with you if I wouldn't suck your dick.
I
Nah,
feel
that's
you.
a
And I also
man.
feel like that's part of sex.
Right. I feel
It's
like
a
I don't know.
prize.
I feel like that's like eating pussy is more than having sex to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think having sex would come first before I got to feel like I can't just from the rip like.
You could end up
'Cause like
having
I
a
said-
baby that way, though.
With a condom?
Yes, things happen. Kind of.
I mean, listen.
No, my condoms, all my condoms been 100%.
What are you doing over there?
are you
Gigi?
doing?
I heard that guys can't take a shit when they have a hard on.
I know it's hard to pee. My little trick is either if I wake up with, what's the word? What you want to say?
A hard dick?
Morning wood.
If I wake up with some wood, I'm either gonna pee outside or pee in the shower because there's no way I'm 6'8". There's no way I'm hitting the toilet.
Oh, the shit be like
outside?
this.
Yeah.
It's-
I hate when guys like pee all over the toilet seat.
That's what I'm saying. There's
That
not
shit
a
is
chance. Like with a hard
disgusting.
dick, you can't aim and like I said, I'm way away from the toilet anyway. So
You like hit yourself in the
yeah,
face.
so I'm just gonna turn the shower on and
Ew.
pee in the shower. Not go in the shower, just pee in the shower, but make sure the shower washes it all off and then go back and lay down.
And what is it hitting? The ceiling or something?
I mean, it's all over the place.
I couldn't imagine being a guy.
It's all over the place.
Well,
Cheers.
good.
Happy
Cheers.
birthday.
Piss flying everywhere.
you guys.
Happy birthday.
Cheers, happy birthday. Smoke weed
Moment
every
of
day.
silence.
You were really like a bartender in your
No,
past
she
life.
really is.
One today. No.
Yeah, I could tell.
You hear her voice? She said, "I'm bartending tomorrow."
That's a bartender
I'm
voice.
bartending tomorrow.
What's the worst
actually,
experience
okay?
you ever had in the bedroom?
I remember like back in college, like I mean when I was first really started having a lot of sex, like I would just come quick. So that's embarrassing as a guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Straight up, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because I was like in high school, I went to an all-white high school, so the girls weren't really fucking with me. So I only had sex
Really?
2 times in high school.
But you were a star basketball player.
I was the best football and basketball.
I would think they'd be fucking.
White
with you.
girls wasn't trying to fuck.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too.
So I mean, that's all I was really. So I went to white high school, so that I was really into like white girls heavy until I got to UCLA and started seeing just all different.
Booty, rocking everywhere.
Hey.
No Becky's. It was some
No,
booty.
but it used to be all white girls. But like after I got a different experience, like, and I'm half Italian. I love white people, but I just don't. Really
I love white people.
I don't really mess with white girls no more. You know,
Really? Is there? You think that there's a difference
and I've
between?
messed with trust me, my fair share. Like that's all I messed with at one point. But just once I got a chance to see something different, like it just wasn't like body became really important to me.
Oh, so you like the thickness?
Yeah, I need to grab some ass and like the hips and
Does it matter if it's real or not?
yeah, I don't like. Well, I don't know. It's these fat transfers are fooling people these days. But
Oh
like
my
the
God.
implants and the other hard shit.
Fat
That's
transfer,
gross.
real or fake?
What you mean?
It's real fat.
Is it real
It's
or
real
fake?
fat. I felt fat transfers. I couldn't tell.
Right, but
You're not
if
supposed
if
to,
a girl had a fat transfer,
I don't look down upon
if
it.
you look at if you look at a girl's butt, the first thing you go and think these days, if it's big
First of
enough,
all,
is
it's
it real
all
or fake, right?
Well, you gotta look because when you look at women's asses, like if they're really shaped, like God damn, that's amazing. Like you can't just keep seeing that many amazing asses.
Right.
You
It's
know
too
what I mean?
wonderful.
So it's just like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So I'm all for natural, like you know,
Wonderful.
if that. But if fat transfer is what it is, but to me, if it makes the woman feel better, it's her body. You know what I mean? But it's just you gotta be careful. with
I
that
see
shit.
this debate on Instagram a lot when people are like, if you got implants or shots, then it's fake. But if you got your fat transferred,
It's real.
Then it's
Yeah,
real.
I mean, because it's
But
your
surgery
own
is
body.
surgery.
But it's
Either way you went under the
it's
knife.
still your body, though. You know what I mean? You're
Still
taking
your fat.
from
You
one
just
part of
moved
your
around.
body to yeah.
It's a transfer.
But it's
literally.
crazy. I heard this one time in L. I heard these girls talking about this shit where they all winter they'll gain weight
So that
purposely
they can have enough fat.
Yeah,
Because if
because
you
you
don't
have to have
have
enough fat.
and 40% of it
Yeah.
dies anyway. So if you don't have it, you got to go bigger than what you actually want to be. Because if you don't have enough, then you're going to lose
That's
most
scary.
of it. You're going to
Because all
lose
this
some
shit
of
is
it,
so
most of it.
new. Like we don't know. I think people are so pressed to keep up with the fuck's going on right now. We don't think about down the road. Like what about when we get 40 and 50? Like all these surgeries we're having. Like the rule in surgery. I came from sports. If you have one surgery, you're most likely gonna have to have another surgery in the same spot.
Right.
So you keep doing all this shit.
Yeah,
is
I'm
upkeep.
doing my second pair of breast implants and I'm getting my third pair.
It's
of breast
all. It's
you
all
are?
upkeep.
implants. Yeah, these are 9 years old.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
They're older than your kids.
Oh my
real.
God. I have a friend that has gotten injections, and this was like when we was in high school, and now she got all kind of discoloration and
Because it's not
leakage.
tested.
And
Like I said,
painful.
It's painful.
It's like I said, all this shit is new. Like it's everyone wants to. I mean, let me get that perfect body, but that shit rarely exists.
Are you having more fun now after the NBA?
Man, I am so much more.
Do you feel
fun.
free?
Yes, I just
It
really
seems
feel.
like it because you have a lot going on.
Man, business is amazing, but I just feel like in the NBA, like they needed a villain like me, just like they needed the superstars like Kobe and LeBron and KD and Steph. Like I realized like I became, when I got in the NBA, like I had to scratch and claw to get to the NBA. So at the end of the day, like I look like it's either going to be me or you. So if we got to fight or whatever, like I'm going to make it. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of reputation I came in with the NBA with. So then once I got further along in my career, like they wanted, like I got the bad guy reps. So I was always getting teed, and then I'm always protecting my teammates. But then I think once I faked the ball in Kobe's face that one time, that shit that happened 10 years ago, and they still talk about it.
Yeah.
Like that's when I kind of became like the bad guy. You know what I mean? So I was the villain from there on out. So I think that no matter what I was doing with my cancer foundation, where I was paying for surgeries, I'm paying for hospice, I'm paying for funerals, no matter what kind of outside work I'm doing, the NBA would never show that because I had to be the villain. So anytime you ever see me on, if they're not showing how good I did in the game, they're only talking about Matt Barnes fights Derek, Matt's getting a divorce. They only
That's
tell you
true.
they only
The bad
tell you the
stuff.
negative shit.
That's
They
very
never tell you and I'm doing a lot. I was really doing a lot of good shit. But it's just like I said, I had to be that guy. And it's crazy because I just went to the NBA Players Association just the other day, and it blew me away how many people in that office like really loved me. Like, you're so real, and we know that when you're with the NBA, you didn't get to do this, but we want to like feature you. Like they want me to go around and talk to like rookies and do all this because I keep it so real, you know what I mean? But like I said, I had to be that bad guy, but some people really saw the good in me. So it was just like, damn, like, so the shit doesn't go unnoticed, but I don't do it to get noticed. I just do it to do it. You know, like I've been blessed. Like I wasn't even supposed to be here. Played 15 years, made a whole bunch of money. And now, like, I feel like it's my job to give back, So it's just like, I'm glad that I'm able to show who I am, full spectrum now, weed, smoke, and all, because that's really me. And that's the person I was, whether you hated me or loved me when I hooped.
You never took a break from smoking?
Nope.
Break for what?
Some people do.
It's not
I took a break.
Like I said, I just, like, my life is always, like, my stress levels are just always through the roof. I take care of a lot of people. I'm arguing with people. I'm paying bills. I'm playing basketball.
It's like a self-medication thing, though.
Absolutely.
To me, it's just like, no, but I don't feel like, because there was times where I knew what I had, like the times I got in trouble when I had to stop, I could stop. It wasn't like, fuck, I need to, like I wasn't like, Poogie from, New Jack City, that type shit. But it was just like when I had to stop for like 6 to 8 months, I could, you know what I mean? But like after I just realized, okay, if I eat clean and drink a lot of water and sit in the steam room, I could smoke while I'm playing.
All right, and you enjoy it. Well, Matt Burns, we appreciate you so much for coming through Lift Service. This was really fun.
It was
Thank
fun.
you.
I was excited.
me.
I was like, is he really going to come do it?
He doesn't seem like the villain I thought he was going to be. No, I'm joking.
man.
I just said that because you called yourself a villain.
No,
Yeah.
but you've been through a lot.
I don't think he's a villain.
But you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes those things, though, you're like a household name.
I'm working on this
And there's a lot of people who aren't.
Right. I'm working on this dope ass documentary with the people that just made Nas's documentary. 19, I think his name is. Some cast from out in New York,
yeah, I
and we're
heard that.
we're doing this thing that we actually just pitched to ESPN the other day. So I'm gonna show like my childhood from my dad selling drugs, parents being on drugs, child abuse. Not abuse. My dad just used to whip me back then. It was just called whip. Let me take that child
Today it's
abuse.
abuse.
Well,
Right,
now it's
exactly.
And it was
Nah, but that's why kids are so
Discipline. It was
fucked up these
discipline.
days because you can't spank them. You can't do nothing these days.
But you shouldn't have to spank. You don't want to spank your kids.
I don't want to, but sometimes kids, I was
You
probably
gotta
bad. I
spank 'em.
probably need to be spanked. You know what I mean? But that's why
Some
kids
kids
don't
are
get.
different.
That's why
Some
this
kids
kid
are
is
really bad.
That's why this generation
Listen.
is fucked up because their parents didn't spank. Like it's child abuse now instead of just no. You need your ass.
No, my
whooped.
dad used to beat me too bad. It wasn't
Children
necessary.
are
Yeah.
smart.
It wasn't necessary.
Children
I
are
feel
smart
you.
and they
Mine
know how
felt
to
the same way.
manipulate.
Yeah, I think.
And they know what they're doing.
It's a difference because it used to be like, I'm about to get a beating, and you know it, but I don't think it did me any good.
Yeah, I ain't getting no
But it was
beatings.
fucked up when like you fuck up
My
at
worst
2
beating,
when
I
you
was in-
fuck up at 2 o'clock in the
12.
afternoon and your mom says wait until your dad gets off work
Yeah.
at 9. Like I got to
Uh-huh.
for
And you
7
gotta sit
hours.
there
I
all
got to
that
think
time
like
to
this
think about how
motherfucker's
bad you
about to
gonna get
come.
your ass
What?
beat.
That hurts more.
Going to sleep,
The
putting a
anticipation.
book, hiding under the bed. Like none of that shit worked. Like he was gonna tear me, and I'm just like fuck. So for 7 hours, I wish I could probably smoke it when I was like 8. I'm like,
No.
man, straight. I'm just.
I remember one
kidding.
time I put
Take
a
it
book
away.
in my butt, my dad. 'cause
Yeah,
I-
But in your
none of
butt?
that shit
and
worked.
then, listen, he didn't know at first, so he started beating me, and it was like making a noise, and he was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then he took the book out.
My dad's not playing none of that shit. He's holding you up so your ass is out, and he's spanking you with his hand on the bed. Like, yes, you.
I'm glad I was a good kid.
No, I was,
But I like.
every time my brother got a beating, I got a beating.
But same brother
got
and
one
sister.
beating ever.
There was times I'd be able to laugh at my brother and sister because I didn't get spanked.
And then you
But
got
like-
one too.
But I think it's needed, man. I really think it's some
dad
kids.
used to go
Some
pick your
kids it's
belt.
needed.
Some kids need it.
Some kids need it. You know what I mean? Like we're all got a good head on our shoulders and respectful now because even our parents are doing whatever. Like motherfucker, they held us accountable for shit. Kids don't get held
no-
I used to
accountable.
just be like, "Fuck it, I'm just getting a beating."
It's no respect
I don't care.
nowadays.
No
like
respect.
the kids,
It's crazy disrespect. Like it's cool. It's cool to hate on people. Like instead of to show love is like going at it above and beyond
You a
the Call
dick
of Duty,
rider.
which is crazy. Yeah, right. You a dick rider
Yeah.
for showing like
Yes,
respect
I
this
am.
man. You
No,
know what I
me.
mean? But like hating is cool now, which is fucking crazy.
You hear them talk
hating
about
should-
that they're dick riders though? They just try to go off on a total different. That's why I can't fuck
I
with
missed
them
it.
like that. We trying to
Yeah,
have
they was on
an
it.
intellectual.
I feel
I
you.
said, "Yes, I am."
I said, me too, girl.
That's good. That's a good thing.
He like, not me.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Have you ever had to say no to something in the bedroom, like a girl asked you to do something?
Yeah, I don't play with the ass stuff.
I was waiting to see if he was gonna.
Yeah,
We
loves
talk
that
about
too.
booty holes in every episode. We need to change it from.
But I didn't tell him to say that.
We all have one.
Hold on, he said that on his own. I didn't tell him to say
No,
that. That's the only.
L'Oreal.
We
That's
talk
part
about
of
only
that.
I
thing.
didn't say shit.
Yeah, like it's been licked on and everything, but I'm not with the finger shit.
Okay, so you could lick his butt.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like I don't even like, to me that's still, it felt good, but it was still just an uncut. To me, it was.
It felt good. You were about to say it felt good.
Yeah, it felt good. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm motherfucking.
A man
like,
can't deny that doesn't
Wait,
feel
what's
good.
your
Yeah.
position
Like
to
I'm
get it done?
6'8". Like I'm 6'8".
That's what
Right.
I'm
What's
saying.
your position to get it
position
done?
to
Like,
get it
come on.
done?
That's
I'm
what-
You tell me I'm
a
not
grown
that
ass,
tall.
but you know what it is. So I'm a grown ass man. Like, come on, dog. What are you
No, I
doing right
don't.
now? You know. So.
He'd be like, I'm gonna stand here on the edge of the bed.
If she short enough, all he got to do is stand up.
The craziest fuck.
Bitch, take your wig off and get busy.
Take your wig off.
What are
Get
different
down
ways you
there.
can eat ass? He could squat.
Oh my God. Okay, lip
You
service.
gotta put
Clear.
like one leg up.
Is that like
I'm ending the show
your
today.
thing?
Y'all know what
how
I
we
say
end
all the time. You gotta go like
He
this.
got to scoot the gooch.
Scoot the gooch is the best
He's got to be on his
position.
back.
There's some talented ones that like go up underneath your balls and get to the bottom. Like,
Wow.
right,
That's my technique. That's all.
they can
Yeah,
get,
that's my
they definitely
technique
know how to
every
get
time.
to the money.
So you're never not like on your stomach.
No, you can't be on your stomach. You can't be on your knees.
That's-
Nah, you
Nah.
gotta
Hold
lift
one leg.
Damn, not like that. You gotta kind of
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Gigi did a ballerina
bend in
kick.
the, yeah, the fuck? This ain't Black Swan, nigga. You gotta put the one leg here.
So you
Whatever.
be having them do anything, huh? You be getting them real drunk and then just
She turned them
playing
into
Twister with them.
No comment.
Listen, just to keep it
Ballerina
real, L'Oreal is the one.
Right.
Oh, you're the real freak?
Listen, I don't understand how
Look at her
this
fingers.
is
Look at her
happening.
fingers
Like,
right
It is when it comes to this subject. It's her.
no.
L'Oreal
Lip
specialty.
service.
See, now you want to
Didn't
end.
we end this motherfucker like
So that's the only thing you'll say no to, butt play.
Yeah, I don't
Get the
really fuck with
scissors.
it. I mean,
L'Oreal
yeah,
want to do the
that's-
scissors
yeah.
up there and twist them.
What if she
around
want to
this.
like spit in your mouth? Can she do that?
Nah.
Would you spit in her mouth if she asked you?
Nah, I'm not really into no
girl shouldn't know
like
how to
that.
spit like that.
What about golden shower?
Yes, they should.
Like peeing on them? Mm-hmm. Like Biggie said, I'm supposed to hit that after?
You just
But
said
he
you
should
pee in the
it.
shower.
Yeah,
that's
but
different.
still, nah, for what? That's piss still. Like that, like to me, like that's that's something you're into. You could do that with somebody else.
What about role play?
I'll role play.
Do something right now.
Let's hear. What is Matt?
One of your characters.
I mean, I gotta be able to have to do it for a reason.
Right.
I'm not just going. Shit. Like I said, like,
Nah,
you guys keep
like
wanting me to just like
So
show
you
my
finna bust it
antics.
open for the
Right.
I want to
camera?
know like what's a good role.
Yeah,
like
I
what's
wanna-
what's like a. I don't role play and I've never role played.
Oh.
So
I
I
haven't done it
just
too many times, but I'm a character, so it's whatever.
like a pirate.
Get off like a pirate with your thought.
Yes.
Butt pirate,
Matt
shit.
Pull up, y'all.
He
La
said a
Marina.
butt pirate.
The butt pirate.
Booty pirate.
That's what you want, right?
That's a porn, right? That's booty pirates. Ain't that porn?
I
No,
feel
that's
like I
actually
heard it somewhere.
a kind of cheese puff.
It is. All
Yeah,
natural.
crazy.
Okay, that's it. We gotta end. We gotta. We're done.
She loves pirate booty.
Yeah, I do. It tastes delicious.
I think it was the birthday shot that turned it left. Sorry.
Right. That's all it's your fault.
God damn it, Matt. Why did you do this to us?
Man, shit. We
Listen,
got
and
lit.
this is all three of us first time having this honey jack.
Has anybody? The honey jack is cool though.
Man,
It's
listen.
cool.
Nah, it's
but it
nasty,
talks to
but
you. What you like?
Not
Hennessy?
that.
You
I
look
like
a Hennessy
tequila.
girl.
Yeah, we
Oh.
drink tequila.
Yeah.
Like a little Don Julio.
Yeah,
a little-
something.
I didn't even have to drink, to be honest with you. If I could smoke, I could just do this. I didn't even,
Agua.
that's all I need.
You be sleep. You fell out at the party, remember?
That was a late
Nah,
night.
that
Let me
was
tell
a-
y'all, I was at that party
that was
because they
real
hired
shit.
me to do a. It was like a women's empowerment thing that started out as a woman empowerment
What?
thing that
Y'all was
Christina
smoking
Ratliff.
blunt?
No. This was the after
it
party.
turned into
The
some shit,
initial
though.
event was for like they're with the Basketball Wives Association, like
okay.
the real Basketball Wives, the NBA Wives
NBA
Association.
wives.
So it was an event for them. And they
Yeah.
hired my company to come in and do a pole dance demonstration and some little mini classes for the wives.
Oh, okay.
And then afterwards, a couple of guys came and we got to drinking and smoking. And we ended up outside with a mutual friend. And it was like 10 of us. So we just all sitting around smoking blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt. So I don't blame him for finding the corner. That's a big ass, nice ass house. I probably
Hell
should have found
yeah.
the corner
Yeah.
to take a nap
But
in,
Gigi
too.
actually was able to hang. That's the difference.
And
It
you
wasn't
weren't.
that I could have had. It was just
And you got about a whole foot on her.
right at the end, like you had to really fend for yourself as far as you if you want to sleep somewhere. So I found me a cool little spot and just posted.
You be watching Basketball Wives now?
Yeah, I didn't. I never watched it when it was on. I just. That shit is trash to me. Like, you have a chance, but it's a trend though. You know what I mean? Like the love, and this is all due respect because it's a hustle.
All due
but
respect, that
these
shit is
people,
trash.
yeah, right. These people don't understand, man. You out here acting a fool for what? I mean, some people hit, but I mean, what are you willing? People are willing to really sell their soul to be famous now. Like, you're not even getting wealthy or rich off this. Like, you sell your soul for fucking motherfuckers that don't know you to start knowing you.
And to talk shit about you.
Like, come on, man. So, but like I said, at the same time,
You could be getting paid
I
to
can't
smoke
even
weed.
right, but I can't even front because you know what I mean. Like that whole shit started when me and Shaq played together, and they wanted Gloria to go on that shit. And this was right after we had kids, right when we first got together. I'm like, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no. And then one day, Gloria pulled me to the side, started crying. She's like, I want to do something. I'm not a stay in the house mom. Like, I'm young. I want to do this. And it was supposed to be, so Basketball's original pitch to me when Shaq came to me was it's your girl stepping outside of your shadow, raising kids, married to an NBA athlete, and running your foundation.
Positivity.
Oh, damn.
Shaq was for it.
And it turned into throwing drinks.
And it turned into bum shit. It turned into straight bum shit.
Do you feel like if she didn't do the show, y'all would still be together?
No, I mean, I can't even say. I mean,
listen, I fell out of love. I fell out of love, not because of TV.
I can't even act like. I mean, I was a young athlete. You know what I mean? So what I did was, I wasn't perfect at all times. She wasn't perfect at all times. But I can't say the show ended it. It probably didn't help it. Mm-hmm. But it didn't. I mean, I take responsibility, and I hope she takes responsibility for her faults in the relationship. So, but like I said, at that point, we just put our life for everyone to see. So now we can't get mad when you start talking shit about us because we gave you that in. At the same, but I be cussing people out sometimes because sometimes people cross the line. But
all the time, people cross the line.
Oh, a lot. Shaq set you up
comments.
though.
Yo,
Just
I probably really thought
Listen,
that.
Shawnee kicked it to Shaq the way he kicked it to him.
Man.
Shaq, you from
listen,
Brixton.
everything Shaq kicked
But
to
as you
Matt
can see,
came straight
you don't
from Shawnee
understand.
on his
So
ear, out
we
his
did this
mouth.
whole
Pause.
Miami thing, and then after that, I went to the Lakers. So when me and Gloria came to LA, they gave Gloria the Basketball Wives LA. And then Gloria was the one that brought Drea on because they were allegedly friends. And that's how that shit really started rocking. So it was just I jumped out.
Allegedly friends.
So when we were out there, the only half episode I filmed was when Tiger Woods was going through his shit. So it's all the girls at my house in Orlando, and they're asking, so what do you do on the road? And you're friends with Tiger. So what's this and what's that? And I took a time out. I'm not doing this shit no more. So that was the end of my little tirade on there. You know what I mean? So it's just I got out, but then my ex was tied down, so she tried to get out, and they were about to sue her, so she had to finish doing the shit. And they enticed her with we'll make you one of the leads, of you and Shawnee, the lead of the show when you go to LA. Cause that's when I went to play for the Lakers. So
They were bumping heads.
that shit was just trash.
You ain't friends with
Straight
Tiger. I know
up.
you was like, come on, man.
That shit was trash. I was fucked, yeah. I got bamboozled by the big fella.
All right, well, good. Now everything worked out in the end, though.
You getting paid to smoke weed.
Yeah, period.
And I'm jealous.
Period.
Man, cheers.
Shout out to
that.
Matt Barnes, man.
Cheers
Thank
to
you so
that.
much, man. Lip
Happy
service.
birthday, Gigi.
Thanks, guys. That's like if I was getting paid to shop.
Right.
Crazy.
You need to get paid to shop.
Crazy.